thing though is that this entire episode in Rajasthan reeks of deja vu. It almost seems like you are reading the same script over and over again, because it's been less than a year that we saw exactly the same thing play out in Punjab, where a state Congress chief was superseded. You had a shuffling around of chief ministers. In the end, was an implosion, then an explosion. Now we know where Captain Amrinder Singh is, and today somebody who actually led the Congress party in Punjab is predicting a rerun in Rajasthan. All right, joining us on the Newshour Agenda, we have the former chief of the Congress in Punjab, Mr. Sunil Jakhar. Thank you very much, sir, for speaking to us. You made a very interesting comment saying that, I wonder who will be the Channi of Rajasthan. What did you mean by that?
What I meant was that the will of the chosen representative, the MLAs, would not matter, as it happened in Punjab. The same thing is going to happen again in Rajasthan. This calling of CLP yesterday, this was just the beginning of the unfolding events. What happened in Punjab, the same thing is being repeated to the T, like the script is being followed right to the T in the same manner. It's all being done. All this hullabaloo will end up in the High Command's basket, and then they will take a call whom they want to send. And I was also very categorical, and I want to repeat on your channel, that it will not be a dark horse amongst the so many who are very wishful or very hopeful of being the Chief Minister, including Mr. Sachin Pilot, Mr. C.P. Joshi, Mr. Govind Dodasara or Chaudhry Hemaram. I think they will be in for a shock when they come up with a black sheep, which they did here in Punjab. And my basis of this certainty about how it is going to unfold is, if you look at how things had happened in Punjab, it is the same team. It was Khadge Sahab's committee which recommended that Captain Amrinder Singh ji should be removed. It was Khadge Sahab's committee which recommended that Sunil Jakhar should be removed from PCC President and Mr. Navjot Singh Sidhu should be appointed. And then to execute these recommendations, they had sent Mr. Ajay Maken. And he was the one who was instrumental in putting Mr. Channi as the Chief Minister. So you tell me, why would I not believe the same thing is going to happen there? They are the same set of people, and the people who are working behind the scene in Rajasthan, because they are part and parcel of this entire what is happening in Rajasthan, is from Rajasthan only, whom one of our member of parliaments from Punjab, Khadur Sahab, had called a thug of Rajasthan, who was also then the member along with Mr. Ajay Maken. Now he is the black sheep, I think, who's going to be promoted by the Congress leadership.
Do you think then that Mr. Ashok Gehlot could be the Captain Amrinder Singh of Rajasthan, if we carry that analogy forward?
Yes, I think even that would not even see the light of the day, this analogy being taken forward, because what I hear today is almost as coming as a shock to me. It's nothing to do with me. Now I've parted ways with Congress, and it's not fit for me to comment, because there's too much of similarity for me. It will not be, I'm also a human being. I've been through the same. I've been at the receiving end. So let's put it this way, but I have no, what you call, Schadenfreude in this whole, what is happening in Rajasthan. I'm not taking pleasure out somebody else's misery. But what they are talking about right now is that they are going to issue him a notice. Mr. Gehlot is going to be issued a show cause notice. And if a small fry like Sunil Jakhar would take umbrage and is offended that how can they even think about giving me a notice, who have stood by the party through thick and thin, through dark days when even the shadow of Congress party had left it, when her confidant, this Ambika Soni, had left Indraji and had called all kind of names and used epithets and contested against Congress. They had left, but we stood by Congress. I was issued a notice. And I assume, I take myself as a basis of this assumption, that if Sunil can react to it, obviously Gehlot Sahab is a proud man, he is from a proud Rajasthani background. No person with a bit of dignity and self-respect will take this, who has stood by Congress. I think he was more loyal than the king himself, Gehlot Sahab. And if he is going to be issued a notice, I repeat again on your channel, that the notice will prove to be the epitaph of Congress party.
Okay, strong words indeed. So you seem to be suggesting that Mr. Gehlot could then well break away from the Congress party. But if you can see it, if every Congress person can see it, that it's the same script playing over and over again, it's the same group of people who are executing that script, why do the Gandhis then continue to have faith in the same group of people like Mr. Kharge and Mr. Markan?
You have hit the nail on the head. As they say, jane na jane, guli na jane, baag to sara jane hai. Somehow they refuse to read the writing on the wall. And on the irony of it all is that yesterday, Mr. Nitish Kumar and Lalu Prasad ji both called on Mrs. Gandhi for her to lead this Mahagathbandhan or coalition to take on the BJP on the national level. I am really sure that by the evening when the events unfolded, they both must be wondering whether they should not have waited for another day, because given another day, I think there will be no Congress left. I think they have wasted their effort going on calling on Mrs. Gandhi. And how can you, where is this political acumen required to hold a bunch of your equals? They are leaders in their own right, whether it's Pawar Sahab, whether it is Yechuri ji, whether it is Lalu Prasad, whether it is Mr. Nitish Kumar. They are people of some standing, they are rooted to the ground. And if the leadership, Congress leadership cannot gauge the mood and the sentiments of Gehlot Sahab, who has been with them for more than 50 years, then how would they handle the situation on a national level?
Who do you think will be the next Congress president? Now it seems that Mr. Gehlot is out of the race because he has put his foot down in Rajasthan. Who next?
Whosoever is now elected will be, I think, any person of substance, any leader of substance would not agree to this position. As they say, mara hua saamp, nobody wants to put in their around their neck. But maybe there are some people who still want to be written down in the history of Congress, when all these histories will be written, that they also remained and saw as a president and then saw the end of the Congress party, because this will be now going down the hill. Earlier I had given the tipping point for Congress would have been the election results of assembly polls in Himachal Pradesh. I said that will be the beginning of the end, at least in the Hindi belt. But I think this happenings in Jaipur yesterday, I think it has moved everything on a fast forward mode. The moment notice is given to Gehlot Sahab, you don't have to wait for anything. And even if the no notice is given, even they are able to appease Gehlot Sahab and somehow bring him back into the fold, the damage has been done. And its repercussions will be felt across, whether it is Gujarat, where their Congress had nothing much, in Himachal Pradesh, and not only it will not even stop here. I think next in line would be Mr. Baghel. I think, जैसे कहते हैं ना, तुम्हारा नंबर भी लगेगा. I think Baghel Sahab should muster his troops already.
Interesting. But to be fair, there would be many people who would say that ultimately discipline and the high command discipline is what matters. In the BJP, for example, once the top leadership has decided, everyone has to fall in line. They removed the Chief Minister of Tripura and everyone had to fall in line. That's just how the party high command works. So isn't the Congress high command also well within their rights to say, well, we have made the decision for you, Mr. Gehlot, you should listen to us. Party is supreme.
Yes, you are very right, very right. No, forget about a party or a national party on top of that. No, even a household doesn't function if you have a strong head of the family. But I think there is also a time for everything. That time is well past. This problem in Rajasthan has been simmering ever since, even from the time when Gehlot Sahab was appointed as the Chief Minister and Sachin ji was made as the Deputy Chief Minister. It was kind of a, what you call arranged marriage sort of a situation, a shotgun marriage. It was not something out of neither Gehlot Sahab wanted Sachin as a deputy, neither Sachin wanted to be a deputy. But then, in 2020, when this so-called rebellion and this about 18 MLAs went into a resort in Haryana, I think that was should have been taken note of at that time. Nobody bothered. They tried to ignore the situation, tried to brush it under the carpet, as has been the want of Congress party. It should have been decided either way, which could have been handled at that level. Now has become a chronic disease which you need a major surgery. Either you can have discipline now, or you can have but it's too late now. Even if they do the surgery, or they are able to placate him, bring him back into the fold, Congress in Rajasthan is a done deal. Now it's over and done with. This kind of a dissension which is so deep-rooted, and this kind of acrimony, hatred, virtually I would call it hatred, not just kind of a difference of opinions, whether Mr. Pilot becomes the Chief Minister, whether it is Mr. Joshi or whosoever becomes the Chief Minister, Gehlot Sahab remains. No, I think it is beyond salvage now.
All right, a grim prediction indeed for the Congress, as somebody who says that he's seen the Congress get decimated in front of his very eyes in a state that he led the party and loved the party. Thank you very much, Mr. Jakhar, for speaking to us.